Rhys, you must be very happy with that performance, the result. I mean, from the very start of the game, it looked like there was only going to be one winner, and that was very comfortable.
It was, but that's credit to the boys. I thought the way that they approached the game, you know, we gave them a task of being there, and the players have been there. Certainly, the first part of the season where you're a bit low in confidence, you've come off the back of a few sore results, and having come off the back of a sore one as well as it being a quick turnaround for them on Sunday, it was really important that we started the game on the front foot, brought intensity to the game as early as we could, and obviously we got an early goal, which is great. It just settles the nerves a little bit and gave us that wee bit of impotence that we could go and kind of play our stuff.
Rico Diack with 2 goals, Mason Hancock with 2 goals as well, and obviously Mox at the end with that's going to be a goal of the season contender, that move. But Rico himself, the way he played for the time he was on the pitch, I thought he was outstanding. They just couldn't live with him.
Again, a young player, and you see that the performance, he's got a bit of everything. His attributes and stuff. He's been probably a wee bit unfortunate certain games, and probably the form of like Ben Wilson and stuff, it's maybe kept him out of certain games, but it's a learning curve for him as well. I speak with Rico and I speak with the forwards and stuff on a daily basis, and the big thing for him is that he learns, you know, he understands the game. And we actually went through a wee point yesterday at training, just a subtle wee kind of detail, and to see him react and do it in the second half, kind of after the back of a conversation, tells me that he's a willing learner, which that's all you ask a young player. But like you said, I thought he was excellent today. I thought he caused them problems. Listen, he can still do a wee bit more for me in terms of where we think he can go, but in terms of his performance tonight, brilliant.
The whole team, because even as you say, into the second half we get a couple more goals, but the tenacity in the defensive side to make sure we got that clean sheet and give Cade his first clean sheet as Airdrie goalkeeper, they just kept going. It was relentless, both getting forward to try to score and also that other part of the game.
That was what the message was at half time, that the only people that could concede was going to be ourselves, in terms of it was going to be through a moment of slackness or a mentality switch at the second half. You know, we'd got into a comfortable lead at half time, so that's got to go credit to the boys. You know, that's not me, that's them. They're the ones that are out on the pitch, that they have that drive and that standard to be hungry to keep that clean sheet. You know, it's easy sometimes when the game goes to 3 and 4 and you're 20 minutes to go just to switch off, but concentration levels were high. Even when the subs and stuff came on, they wanted to come on and make sure that they finished that game really, really strong, which is the most pleasing bit.
And I suppose it's easy to come onto a game when you're winning, you're comfortable, you know that barring some kind of mad disaster that you're going to be part of a winning team. But the way they all come in and committed, and then we've talked about it before, combining and contributing to another goal, just delightful stuff to watch. Again,
sound like a broken record, that's what I want my subs to do. There are no substitutions because I think that X, Y or Z should be playing ahead of them. It's what we think can go, and listen, we got it right. I thought Strava playing off Rico Diack worked. We knew that for maybe 45-60 minutes that the boys would tire. You know, that's I think Strava's first 90 minutes since his injury. Rico Diack's not had 90 minutes in his legs, so I spoke to Mox yesterday, and obviously with Ben Wilson missing, was just a case of, listen, this game's going to open up, especially after Sunday's game for them, big pitch Hampden, so we knew the spaces would start to open up, and to have someone like Mox's quality with like say Lewis McGregor coming on, direct running style as well, and it's they two who combine. It's a lovely kind of passage of play, and Lewis is no renowned for his kind of football IQ and a bit of flair, but he plays a lovely wee touch inside, and it's a lovely finish, and like you say, they're probably a contender for goal of the season.
They'll be going away full of confidence. I think you could tell from the way they approached the start of the game that they had that already, but it's only going to be growing now, so I suppose focus is to take that into Saturday when we welcome Thistle.
Of course it is. Momentum's huge in football, it can go either way. We've been on the other side of that when you're losing games of football and confidence is low, but also you like to think that we've kind of come through that a little bit and we're starting to ride that wave on the positive sense. So listen, everybody's buzzing in there. The most pleasing part for me is it'd be easy to sulk when you maybe no come on, or somebody in your direct positions maybe come on and scored 2, for example, and there's no sense of animosity, there's no sense of resentment. It's everybody's aligned and they're high-fiving and congratulating each other in there, and know that they've got to do our role and a job for the team, which is, like you said, that might change Saturday, it might change the following week. We go with what personnel we think can hurt the opposition, but the main thing is you see everybody's in it.
Just speaking personnel, Dino looked like he maybe took a sore one. How's he? Maybe, I guess, probably need to wait and see. And how's Ben?
Dino's fine, I'd imagine. Just one of those ones as well. There's when you're comfortable in the game and there's no point in risking him. I think it was just that block tackle towards the middle of the pitch. Obviously he's had a previous with his injury as well. So fortunate enough that we could take him off in the game, save his legs a little bit. Ben just picked up a kind of strain in his hip flexor, which it was a difficult one because he's had an operation years ago and he's oblique, so don't know if it's maybe just been something ongoing, striking a shot. We don't think it's anything serious, but the last thing we want to do is jeopardise that by maybe playing him in 60 minutes. He pulls up and potentially tears something. He's out longer term, especially with the likes of Aaron Reid obviously being out a wee bit longer term. Rico Diack being obviously can't play obviously Saturday, so we've got to be cautious in the right areas. But listen, that takes nothing away. I thought Rico Diack, Chris Mockery, Lewis McGregor, Strava, more advanced. I thought we'd have too much for them anyway, and proved right.
Rico, Queen's Park couldn't live with you tonight. I thought you were outstanding. How much did you enjoy that?
Yeah, no, it's always good to have a good game. It's what you live for when you play football, isn't it? So you never want to play bad, but yeah, when you have a good game, it feels good.
You could tell you were confident the way you kind of took charge at the free kick. It was quite clear that you were taking it, you were hitting it, and right into the back of the net. You must have been thrilled.
Work on it every day with the gaffer. He teaches me, so he had a good few free kicks in his career, but yeah, he teaches me every day basically. So
you must be delighted just with the whole team performance, because I know obviously you've got 2 of the goals, Mason's got 2, and then Mox chips in right towards the end. But the whole team performance from the get-go, you seemed really up for that game.
I think that was one of our best performances this season, or certainly since I've got there. So, and obviously 5-0 shows like we got the response that we needed, isn't it? So that's what you need. Obviously
the only downside, I guess, is that you can't play Saturday, but you must be really looking forward to the next game after, when you can get back in there.
It's gotten like when you obviously have a good game and then we get Thistle the next week and you can't play, it feels a bit rubbish, but yeah, like you said, I'm looking forward to the next game I can play. It
just gives you that wee extra bit of recovery time and you can get right back out, because there was a few dunts in the back and a few kicks at times in that game.
Yeah, it's striker, isn't it? That's what you get. If you're playing well as well, they'll get frustrated, and by the time I was off, I was just getting kicked all over the place.
Well, you certainly have left an impression on them. That was brilliant. Well done.
Thank you.